We have two pieces of industry news that we'll cover, I think, kind of briefly before we dive in. The first, I'm not. It's news clearly because it's a really big B number, but I'm not quite sure what to make of this. So Oracle has announced that they are spending, ready for this, $40 billion, 40. Wow,
Mhm.
B with a B, on NVIDIA hardware over the next, I forget what they said, few years. I mean, a relatively short period of time, buying the NVIDIA GB200 super chips so that they can amp up their capabilities. And ironically, there's some analysts, this is from an article you found on the Register, that are basically saying they're not sure that they can actually support, like put all those into production just from a power standpoint. Um,
Mhm.
so I'm really curious what your take on this. I mean, we see a lot of the big companies putting out a lot of big numbers, throwing them around out there, and not always as sure if this is just to try to get a lot of attention. I mean, what was your take on this announcement? Like, what do we take from it?
Yeah, first of all, obviously it's a huge number. It fits with the Project Stargate uh, talk of $500 billion going into AI. And Oracle is talking about their piece of the puzzle. I think one of the things that helps is that the recent IPO of CoreWeave, which is basically just an aggregation of NVIDIA chips into a large AI performance cloud. They also did buy weights and biases, but honestly, most of their valuation right now is just from being this AI cloud, and their stock has gone up like crazy. They started with uh, IPO that was somewhere in the $40 range, and now they're trading at 120. I'm sure Oracle's looking at that and thinking, wow, all we have to do is gather a bunch of NVIDIA chips and clump them together and create a cloud and a managed service around that. Like, we know how to do that. We can rent out hardware and software with the best of them. And seeing that NVIDIA chips seem to be the new Bitcoin, uh, I guess Oracle's saying, hey, that $40 billion is just money for us.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting. I mean, I think clearly Oracle has been trying to position themselves more strongly in this space. But as we all know, chips are just one small sliver of this. I mean, obviously, access to the chips are important. What I'm not sure I'm seeing anywhere near the commensurate degree of is Oracle's broader commitment to the space. Like, I'm not, presumably you would, I mean, I guess there's two ways. They're either going to rent these out and it's just basically a cloud play, or they're going to use these to try to build their own models, which you would expect is where they would be going to develop
Mhm.
some specific IP. But there has been very little noise on that front from them. And so it'll be really curious to see sort of how this develops and what they choose to do with it.
Yeah, it's still early enough, honestly, that Oracle could come in with models, but it does feel a little late when you already have everything from XAI Grok to OpenAI and GPT and Anthropic and Cohere and DeepSeek and Alibaba Quen, like all these very strong models, frankly, already out on the market. Do we really need another one from Oracle? Um, yeah, we'll see what happens. I do find it interesting that I do feel like Oracle Cloud has made a lot of progress over the last several years. And this would be an obvious next step for Oracle if they really want to try to break into the top three hyperscalers, which I think might be a fool's errand, but Oracle has enough money and resources to go for that if that's what they really choose.